Hi, friend. It's me, She. I'm back for a December reading. Today is actually December 5th. So that's 12/5/2019. Today's 11th day. So we're in 11th energy, meaning that we're open. The portal was open to 639 energy. And we are ready to receive. We are reading energies in the universe. We see all the signs. So that means you've been with me since April. So since April, you have been tapping in and tuning in. I have not been doing a weekly reading because I've been super, super busy. But if you have been doing your own meditation, if you have been tapping into my energies, these energy videos, you've been watching them over again, you've been watching other pertinent videos that help support your spiritual growth. When we talk about spiritual growth, we're talking about our spiritual souls, our human souls, living a human life, but we are of spirit. So if you've been tapping in to your spiritual being, your higher self, every day, always, at least 2-3 times a week, that means your spiritual awakening is happening. That means your eye is starting to see. That means your unicorn, your mystical, magical seeing, can see what is seen by everyone and what is only seen by those who can see. So, we're going to get to these spirits. I had did a reading earlier, and I thought those energies were going to be for everybody, but they weren't. They were just for me. So I have meditated, I've prayed, I've also done a reading today that has told me how and where my energies are. So we're going to just go right into these cards. I will see you on December 12th again for a full moon reading, because that reading is a very special reading. It is December 12th on the 12th, and the full moon actually happens at 12:12 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So I may not see you at 12:12 a.m., but I will see you on 12/12/2019. I will do another video for those energies, because there is going to be some very powerful energies on that day. And I want to make sure you're tapped in, tuned in, and you're part of our circle. Okay, dear Spirit, you know our oracle cards are the Mystical Shaman Oracle. These are our regular players. These are our spiritual, powerful cards that taps into where we are on any given time in any given day. So I'm going to laugh now, because before I started this video and I was pre-shuffling these cards, they were really flipping, flopping. They were everywhere, all over the place. So again, those cards were for me, but these are for all of us who are tapping into these energies. I want to take a few moments to say happy holidays. Thank you for joining me. Thanksgiving has passed. There was much to be thankful for, and there was so much giving to be gave. I hope you participated in giving, loving, and receiving. We also had Black Friday, which actually was not a day for actually going out and shopping and spending a ton of money, but it really was for purging. Black Friday means get rid of all the darkness out of your life and make room for the light. Cyber Monday also was there. I really wanted to tap into Cyber Monday because I could use a new computer. But when it's ready to happen, my ancient ones, my spiritual self, and my guiding angels will lead me to the right cyber deal. Okay, guys. I only have 6 cards for my reading, but for our reading, a ton of cards fell out here. So that means that each card that comes up may not be exactly for you. It depends on where you are. And if you have been doing the meditation, you have been doing your own spiritual journey, your own spiritual practice, your own spiritual work, there will be a card that resonates with you, or many cards. If you are just joining us, welcome, welcome, welcome. We started back in April 2019. Now that we have arrived in December 2019, we have harvested, we have prayed and received our destiny. We have received our blessing for our harvest. And so now it's time for us to collect coming 2020. But the only way you can collect, guys, you have to make room. You have to make room. I'm going to say it 3 times. You have to make room. So that means you have to purge what is no longer needed so that the new bounty has room to come in and thrive in your life. Our first card, the child. We've had the child throughout the year. This beautiful, beautiful child is here to remind us as a number 7 that we have the confidence to continue in our mystery, in our journey on the innocent wave, on the innocent path of a child. That means we believe, we believe, we believe. And whatever we see, we know the truth. The universe is calling, the universe is talking. And we believe when we hear the whispers like a child. We see the dream catcher. We see the moon. We see the sun when it shines light. And if you need a little help being reminded of what it's like to see the world through the child's eyes, this is the perfect month to tap into Disney, Pixar, all those beautiful holiday musical music in the holiday spirit of the season, as well as those movies that come to the box office. They're here to remind us to enjoy life, to live in joy. Our next card is the wind. I love the wind. When the wind blows, what do? You flow with the wind. And we have a 6 and 3, which is a 9. So it means everything is available to be attained. Look at the wind. Look and listen to the messages of the wind. Can you hear it? When the wind blows, are you listening? Can you hear? We had some strong winds in the last, coming into the month of December. We've had storms across the west that has brought in the strong voice of the wind. And guys, if you're not hearing the wind, if you're not understanding the wind, if you don't understand the direction of the wind, I'm going to suggest that you go back and you visit from April and catch up with us, because we've talked about the symbolism of the wind. And we talked about how the wind represents the element of air. Air rules communication, thought, song, and inspire ideas. So when the wind is blowing in your life, whether it's coming from the south, it means it's carrying or helping you to discard habits. Habits, guys, we keep talking about this. Habits that are no longer needed. If the wind is calling you from the west, it is asking you to make a final decision. So those things that you've been humming and hawing and struggling with all year, what should I do? How should I do it? Is it the right time? Should I should I leave my relationship? Should I leave my job? Should I get rid of this old furniture and buy new furniture? It is time for introspection. And so when the wind is calling you from the west, detach from your ego, just let it go. Allow the wind to just give you direction, and everything else will show up that you need to give you the courage and the strength from the north. So when the wind is blowing from the north, it is bringing wisdom and strength. So when the four directions of the wind are moving in your life, all the tools you need coming from the east will bring clarity and vision and purpose. So you know that whichever way the wind is blowing for you, the message is clear. When the spirit of the wind is calling, it's a sign of change. We are in a change season, guys. I told you, 2020, that's the year. If you don't catch it, you will not see it again for another decade or more. We now have thunder, and when thunder is calling, it comes in loud. And when it comes in loud, it comes as angels. It comes as spirit. This card is 11 card. Today is 11 day. We have seen in the last couple of weeks raging storms in different cities, different towns. And if you are not paying attention to the thunder, when legends speak of the great thunder, it means the sky is calling for everyone's attention. It means that what's happening in the world, we all need to pay attention. We need to set up and understand that it's a warning. And there's tensions, and there are great tensions globally. And it is not a time to be frightened. It is just a time when the thunder claps, boom! It's time to wake up. It's time to say, hello, destiny, I'm ready. I'm listening. I'm ready for your arrival. Because you can either be on the side of the dramatic change of chaos, when the wind blows and the thunder comes in. Guys, I'm going to tell you, come 2020, if you are not on the side of destiny, if you have not done the harvesting and ready to collect your bounty and understand wholeheartedly what that means, because you can see you are awake, you will miss the thunder. You will miss the call of the thunder. And I'm not going to spend a lot of time here because we've been here all year. And if you need to revisit, it's time to go back. Vision Quest. It's a 6. And when I say, can you see? Have you been persevering? Number 6 is perseverance. This card is dancing. She's dancing. She's upright, chest out, arms to the sky. All the symbols of earth attached to her body, because she has been dancing under the spirit of the universe. When we take a vision quest, that means we are dancing open and embracing our mortality, and we're face to face with spirit. We know what it's like to live in infinity. So when we take a vision quest, that means you go into perspective or introspective, and you realize what flaws as well as the opportunities and the potential that life is offering us. And it's offering us a chance to go on a dance for a new chapter in our life, where new doors will open and clarity will be apparent. Again, if you have not had that awakening or that clarity, that vision of the future and what it looks like, and you cannot see, the invitation now is to take a walk in nature. Spend some time alone. I don't care how busy your life is. Make room for quiet time and allow yourself, just for a little while, to become stagnant or bored, or just where you clear your mind and you just allow spirit to show you the picture. It's like sitting in front of a blank screen, and all of a sudden there's pictures. There's someone speaking to you, and you know you didn't even turn the TV on. A vision quest is needed if you cannot see the unseen in your life. Our next card is the mystical shaman. Oh my goodness, guys. It's 11. Oh my God, it's 11. 11 has been chasing me down all day, and I'm turning around and embracing it. This is a symbol of the myth maker. It's a storyteller. The shaman tells the story. So if you ever heard a good storyteller, okay, especially someone who is gifted at many lives, who's gifted at ancient wisdom, when you hear a story from someone who's living right here beside you, that means grandparents, elders, lineages of wise men and women who share their story. And when they share these stories with us, guys, you better listen, because their stories are reminders of a world that existed in our time. They're sharing tales or myths of lessons that create alchemy. So there's a story by Paulo Coelho. He's a Brazilian author. If you have not read the book, please read the book. Talk about the child's eyes. Being a child and seeing the world through the child's eyes is reading The Alchemist. I have read that book. I have listened to that book. I've heard that story millions of times, not even millions of times. But I feel like I can listen to it a million more because it is a story about the true symbol of alchemy. So for all the elements of life, as far as when we're talking about spiritual and how it relates to material ones, and how all manner of miracles and manifestations are possible. If you don't know a mystical shaman, if one appears in your life, you better sit down and start taking notes, because they are bringing you the gift of a life beyond your wildest dreams. Please read, audio listen, however you got to get it in. The Alchemist. Oh, the Beauty Way. So the Beauty Way came up in my reading as well. And so that means that we're truly in the energy, and everyone who's in my circle is truly learning and living the Beauty Way. So the Beauty Way means that it's like a lotus. The lotus is 1,000 petals. That when those 1,000 petals open, that means you're living in awareness. You're living an awakened life. You're living a blessed life. You are speaking and talking to the gods. And that means you can hear the whisper and sounds of the only true God. So when you're living the Beauty Way, when something unattractive happens in your life, someone brings bad energy, they come and they try to bring drama, chaos, or even want to start a fight, your light is so bright. Your beauty shines so bright as a light that they cannot handle that light. They cannot hold that light, that you will reflect that light so that it's like a shield. It's like Wonder Woman's shield. It bounces off that negative vibes, those energies that are coming at you in a very aggressive way, and turn that situation around to a more beautiful outcome. When you're living the Beauty Way, you do not follow darkness, because the light is always calling on you. You sleep in darkness and you have a vision quest of what the Beauty Way is when you go into the light. The Beauty Way. I'm sorry, I hit the computer. Our next card, oh my God, we have 9 cards, guys. We have 9 cards. I just saw that. But we're going to get there to the last card. Stand still. 5, 2, 7 means you have the confidence to take time out. You have the understanding that you need to, in order to make sure your soul, heart, spirit, mind, and body is in balance. All of your chakras are moving in flow. You know how to just take time out and stand still. It's like saying, I know how to see the flowers and the trees. I know how to smell the coffee, enjoy the flowers, enjoy the breeze on my journey and my path every day. So it's a symbol. When this card showed up, the symbol means to pause, to look around, to observe, to give yourself breathing space. It's just a temporary non-action when we are stuck. Because, guys, I don't care how you try to analyze or paralyze life. Life happens. Life happens around us. And when life is happening, we get busy and our minds are going 100 miles a minute. It's called the monkey mind. We outthink ourselves. We overthink ourselves. But if we can daily just be still, stand still, just breathe, meditate, prayer, contemplation, empty your mind and just be still and breathe. Everything we need, everything we want is right in front of us. When we get lost in the chaos or we get stuck and don't know which way to go, just be still and breathe and listen to the wind. The owl. My little owl standing back there peeking in the ground over us. You know what this owl means, guys. That owl can turn his head around 360 degrees and he can see everything. When I say everything, in the dark, he can see. In the light, he can see. And he's here to give us that gift to see. It is so important now that we can see. This card goes all the way down to a 3. So when you can see, you creatively come to life. When you can see, you mystically can tap into all types of situations and master the night the same way that the owl does. So when people come to you and you need to discern truth, okay? When other people are sightless, when they can't see, this owl is here to let us know that, and we've been gifted with not only our light shining out of the dark, but that a light or lightness comes in the darkest moments of our life as an ally so we can see. And so we can see from the invisible world. And then once you can see through your eye, through your unicorn eye or your spiritual eye, and I'm not talking about the 2 eyes in your head, because that only, when you can see through your unicorn eye, and I told you guys I'm a unicorn, that your 2 eyes opens your ears so you can also hear and you can also acquire the ancestors, our ancient ones, their wisdom, and make it your own. That's what this owl symbolizes. She is on guard like she was for Athena in Greek mythology. Athena, the goddess, has an owl, and the owl goes out and comes back and tells her everything she needs to know. You know how sometimes it's like, how do I know this? How did a little birdie told me, or you say something to somebody and they say, how'd you know? Because the little owl is bringing insight, hidden messages, and whispering. When you can hear the sound of the wind, is whispering and giving you truth. And when you have truth in your life all around you, and when you can see what's unseen, that is the power, that is the gift of a conscious mind. That is the awakening. The owl. Our last energy for this reading today on September 5th, on a Wednesday, is the rattle. And it's a 7, guys. We have the confidence. We are here. We are ready. We are bold. We are live. We are large. And we are in charge. When you have this rattle, you shake, you rattle, you roll. And when I say it's like time to roll, it's time to rattle and call the spirits of the shaman. And when you hear the prayer to the 4 directions, we mean the east, the south, the north, the west. We talking about the air, the fire, the earth, and the water. When you rattle, you are in control of the great spirit of earth. This rattle is a tool, guys. It's a tool. It's a sharp tool. It's a powerful tool. It's a gift that if it is not used mindfully, you can cause some great pain, some great destruction. But when you are calling on the earth to guide your song, to hear your music, and you're asking the earth of Mother and God and Creator, and use it as the Creator's tool for the highest good for everything we need, and for everyone we know, and for all of us here under this big, beautiful sun. All will be provided for you because you're doing it without ego. You're shaking your rattle without selfishness. You're rolling in your spirit and your music and your dance. When you come and you show up in the herb world, hello, the light is here, the drums are beating, and the rattle is shaking. Namaste. Until next week on 12/12, guys. I love you so much. Namaste.